It's easy to assume when somebody lives in Hawaii, they probably don't travel all that often. Heck, we're already here in paradise. But the truth is, Hawaiians, as a rule, are some of the best traveled people in the world. And when we travel to our neighbor islands, like here on the island of Maui, we like to stay at one of the best hotels in the world, the Waldorf Astoria's Grand Wailea, here on the southwest coast, Wailea Beach, here on the island of Maui. Now, nothing screws up the fun on a tropical getaway like a rainy day, but thankfully, even the standard rooms here at the Grand Wailea are super nice. Come on inside and take a look. When you come in, you realize that the bathrooms are really big for a standard size hotel room. Now, there's 5 of us traveling, so we have to have 2 rooms, but each of our small groups are very comfortable in the individual rooms. The rooms themselves are over 600 square feet, so they're plenty big. More like a junior suite than a standard hotel room. The quality of the workmanship is really nice. Dovetail construction here on the dresser, the cabinets, the furnishings, it's all really high-end. Super duper comfortable beds, lots of outlets for modern electronics, pull-out sleeper sofa. The sleeper sofa is perfect if you're traveling with a third person, or if maybe 2 small kids are in your group, they'd be just fine. Now, it's set up for both indoor and outdoor living. So you can have a nice meal out here, whether a sunrise breakfast or a sunset dinner, right out here on the Lanai, which is the balcony here in Hawaii. And then even a normal room like this one is going to have a really nice view of the ocean. And then down below, there are koi ponds everywhere on this property. Now, everywhere you look around here, it's pools and waterfalls, cabanas, big fancy umbrellas. It's a pretty magnificent place. Also, there's a lazy river that goes from the top all the way down to the bottom, and it ends up right down over here. And then there are 2 water slides. One of them is a super fast water slide that takes about 14 seconds to race on down. To get back up, there's a pretty neat feature. You can certainly walk around and go up to the top, but one of the early designers of the property was disabled and couldn't personally walk from the bottom to the top. So they made a neat feature, a water elevator that you have to experience firsthand. It actually, the water surges up in a controlled environment that gets you from the bottom all the way up to the top. Now, this property is super duper fun for kids. There's endless rope bridges and swimming pools and secret places that you can find yourself in. There's hot tubs that seem to pop out of nowhere, and all of it in a spectacular, lush setting here on 40 acres on Wailea Beach, right on the coast of Maui. So here's the Grand Wailea's iconic dolphin sculpture that's featured in pretty much every advertisement the Grand Wailea has ever put out. But right over my left shoulder here, there's a beautiful church here with magnificent stained glass inside. And then turning around, the Spa Grande, or the Spa Grand, is right over here. And it is huge and amazing. So if you're into full body massages while you're on vacation, you couldn't have picked a better place. But you see really the magnificent nature of the property. It's a big sprawling property on 40 acres. And then coming back around, it is direct oceanfront here in Wailea, Maui. So let me give you a lay of the land. So right here is the restaurant called Botero's. It's an open air bar that's great for late night snacks. It's named after the Colombian artist Fernando Botero. If you've ever been to Italy, his works are all over Venice. When Takeshi Sekiguchi opened this property in 1991, the last thing he did was install so much artwork that in 1991 dollars, it was valued at $30 million. The artwork is totally fantastic around here. And taking a look at where we are on the property, we'll head on out to the Lanai. direct ocean front here in Maui. Down below us is the grand dining room. So at night, things end at Botero's for a late night snack and a drink. But your day begins here in the grand dining room. And it's a fabulous morning buffet featuring dragon fruit, lychee, and all the exotic stuff. Yeah, it's fabulous breakfast buffet. And Botero's is a fabulous place to end the night. Every night there's a great tiki torch lighting ceremony with conch shells and traditional ceremonial chanting that starts inside and comes all the way out here to the far corner of the property. This restaurant right over here is called Humu Humus, which stands for Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apoa'a, which is the state fish, which is wildly abundant out here on the shoreline. And if we take a look over here at Wailea Beach right here on the shoreline, this was voted by Dr. Beach as the #1 beach in all of America. Directly over my left shoulder is Molokini Crater, some of the best diving in the entire Pacific. And you can imagine amazing scuba diving. Across from it is Turtle Town, so there's big turtles in this area as well. One of the great things about the Grand Wailea is that they actually teach scuba diving classes on property. So if you want a particularly high-end experience, expect the most extravagant diving experience you've ever had. Admittedly, the Grand Wailea is an expensive vacation, especially when you consider the flights for your entire party coming all the way out here to Maui. But let me tell you something, the Grand Wailea is the absolute best of the best. If you want a treasured vacation that you and your family are never going to forget, let me tell you something, the Grand Wailea is as good as it gets, whether here in Hawaii or anywhere in the world.